Welcome back to
Oh,
Ball Central. It's your boy E. Back today with Phil, right over here. We're gonna be doing some WrestleMania 41 reactions. We're sorry that it comes so late after WrestleMania. I work weekends really mainly, and then Monday was Raw. We weren't gonna do it then. Tuesday we had the I believe y'all did the NFL pod and they did the mock draft
yep.
because the draft is it this
Thursday.
weekend?
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Yep. I'm probably gonna upload this like around like 1. So yeah,
Either
it's good
way,
day.
mock draft is out. Check that out. See how accurate we are compared to what's happening in the league today.
If you want to do a solo one, you can too, since you didn't get a chance to do it. So if you want to do one, feel free to.
I'm gonna turn it down only because I'm not too familiar with everybody in the first round. I know I could go off of team needs or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sit this one out because it wouldn't be as professional or like as good as I can possibly make it. So
How do
yeah.
you think I felt? I was like, oop, oop, oop. Going with John and Lawrence. How do you think I felt?
Yeah, John and Lawrence, they're football head.
Vibes.
Phil's the basketball head. Um, I'm basically
Yeah.
everything else.
I went to all the different articles and stuff like that. So I did some research. So yeah. But hey, we're not
Either
here
way,
for
we're
that.
gonna do some WrestleMania 41 reactions. We're gonna do some Raw after Mania reactions. Mania was kind of predictable, I'll be honest, but Raw after Mania wasn't, and that's what we're really trying to get into. Um, but let's get it started. WrestleMania 41, Saturday night. The card started off with Jey Uso, the Eat Man, versus Gunther, and again, very predictable. Jey Uso won. I think we both had Jey Uso winning.
Yep.
Um, uh, Immediate reactions to this match. It was a boring match. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of Jay's in-ring ability. I am a fan of his character or whatever. I'm a fan of Gunther, but it wasn't the. I didn't think it was the energy or the energetic match that everybody needed for WrestleMania weekend to kick off. I understand that having him win and having his little, his yeet down or whatever, that's the energy that you wanted to bring to start Mania. I just think that for the match, it should have been a little more. I feel like you could have had a more fun match in that position. But I'm not gonna complain. Jey Uso wins, like I said. I think he finally got a win over Gunther, and Gunther tapping out is on par with his character. His character can't stand submissions. If anybody who really knows,
I saw
so
complaints like
yeah,
that crazy.
yeah. That worked out. You have any initial reactions to this match? Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, going off of the quick tap out, I mean, we saw the same thing with Ilya Dragunov. The only other person to tap out Gunther, just like that. So
mhm.
within character, yeah, I agree. It wasn't like it wasn't the best match, uh, choreography wise, but it was just there for vibes for Yeet Man, etc. And a nice underdog story going complete to kick things off for WrestleMania. Setting good vibes for the rest of the night. So can't be too mad about it.
Where does Jay go from here?
Oof. Well, you saw how the Monday Night Raw ended. It's not going to be a long time reign. It looks like at this point. Oof. Yeah.
Who's getting it? You think it's Seth or you think it's Braun?
Honestly, it should be Seth because I feel like he's due for a reign. But I wouldn't be upset if Braun Breaker. I mean, we saw him lose that IC title match, which we're probably going to get into later on, and he's ready for the main event spotlight. It could be possible.
Okay. I say Seth as well. I don't think he's due for a reign, but Seth is Seth, and with this character, he's gonna need a top title.
Yep.
And you can't take that title off of Cena anytime soon because the story is just getting started real. But that's what's up. The next match on the card, I don't remember the order as much.
It was.
I believe the next match on the card was War Raiders versus New Day.
Yep.
All right, so we have War Raiders versus New Day. Two professional teams. I knew the New Day was going over. There was nowhere else for the story to go. The War Raiders weren't doing anything with the titles anyway. It's a good way to get the titles onto, give them another reign to add to their legacy. and to also give them, they have the story for the tag team on Raw, and hopefully somebody else can step up and make their story interesting and help, you know, further the tag team on Raw because the tag team division on SmackDown is amazing right now. Okay,
Maybe
you
someone
got
can get called up on NXT.
yeah,
Someone can get called up.
somebody's gonna get called up. Yeah, Frax team's on their way up. We already know that. We're
Mhm,
not going to
mhm,
pull punches. We're not going to
mhm,
sugarcoat nothing. Frax team is on their way. That's why they dropped their
mhm.
titles at Stand and Deliver. But
Yep.
like I said, give the New Day another reign to cement their legacy even better. And I think this is the move that's going to help bolster the tag team division on Raw. You have any thoughts on the match, or you have any thoughts on New Day, or where the tag team
Uh,
division?
Honestly, I think this could have been a Raw after Mania match. I would still rather have the SmackDown championships be on WrestleMania
Mm-hmm.
because if I thought with this being a WrestleMania, I thought we're going to see some payoff or some progression with the Big E story. Maybe he gets tired and costs them the title or et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I thought the Smack, like you said, the SmackDown division is way this it's been on fire more. It's been more interesting. I thought they would get the spotlight over the Raw Tag Team Championships. But this was pretty much what's it called, a sponsor gimmick match. You saw the War Raiders come out in the Classic Clans outfits. This was pretty much just a promotion match.
Yeah, I think it's also the fact that the New Day is the New Day,
Yeah,
so the name gets them on WrestleMania better, higher than the Street Profits would.
yeah.
I feel like that's probably why SmackDown tag team titles. I agree though. It would have been way more fun to have them on the show, and it would have been way more fun to have them kick off the show. Actually, I would have went with the Street Profits, but
Yep.
definitely a gimmick, sponsor gimmick match, whatever. But like I said, it got the job done. Stories being told. And we're moving on. The next match, I believe, was Jade and
Naomi, yeah.
was it? It was Jade and Naomi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all as we're going through this stuff. I had a game Saturday night, so I didn't get to watch Mania live. So I kind of just went through, scrubbing through to see what matches, what I wanted to see. Until I realized, oh, we're doing reactions. I gotta watch every match. So I kind of, it was kind of a piece by piece. I watched whatever I saw whenever I saw it. As for this match, Jade and Naomi, there were some spots in this match that I was a big fan of. Um, when Jade had Naomi on her shoulders, turned her around into a power bomb. Love that spot. Naomi's really just a professional here. One of the best in the women's division. And Jade is Jade becoming a star 2-0 at Mania. Jade got the win with, I forgot what the name of her finisher is. With the glam
Jaded?
spot. Jaded, there it is.
Yeah, Jaded.
Um, Other than that, great payoff. Apparently this isn't the end of the storyline, but
Oh.
yeah, Jade's post Mania interview, she said some things that indicated it wasn't the end of the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's that. I don't really have any other thoughts on this match. Like I said, some spots were fun. It was a fun match, but yeah, Jade won. We already knew what was happening. Anything?
Yeah. Oh, it was nice to see Naomi's, switch from face to the heel since she had to do a lot of work to try to prove herself outside of WWE, her TNA run, etc., etc. So it was nice to see that she can be such a professional and switch gears if needed. Just because there's not a lot of heels for the women's division, and Naomi can definitely play one of those characters. So I mean, she's played here before, so it was just nice to see, and also to see her put over Jade, etc., to build that star. So definitely nice, and we got hopefully maybe Bianca can get involved in this since she lost as well. So hey, maybe it's gonna be a little more added to the story.
Maybe.
Because yeah, they had the sorry for cutting you off, but they had the outfit coordination on Friday. I think Bianca was wearing red. Naomi obviously wearing yellow because of the caution, and then
Jade was
some
wearing green.
yeah green. So hey, I think they're leading on that there could be more to the three of them moving forward. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Bianca's not going to have anything to do unless she's
Oh,
going after EO, but
ew! Tyler Lockett to the Titans.
huh?
Tyler Lockett to the Titans. Nasty.
Okay. Doesn't change anything.
I saw the alert. Like, ooh, ooh,
That changes nothing for me at all. At least
nasty.
we already know who's going number one.
Cam Ward's gonna say he's a top 5 wide receiver too.
Yep, but I get it.
Yep.
Hype up your teammates.
True.
Now this is going back to the fact that I didn't watch everything in order. So I think the next match on the card, if I'm not mistaken, was El Grande Americano and Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix, yeah, he took
Or
over
was
because
it the LA Knight Braun Strowman match?
I think it was Ray Phoenix match, then LA Knight, and then the Tiffy and Charlotte.
I know Tiffany and Charlotte was second to last.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it was
I
Ray
would think.
Phoenix and the American. Yeah,
All right, so we got Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Americano.
yeah. Poor
Um,
Ray injured last second.
yeah, Ray Mysterio was injured Friday night, which broke the hearts of a lot of people, but not mine. You know why? Because I knew he wasn't going to put El Grande Americano over. On top of that, I'm going to catch a little bit of backlash for saying this, but I'm actually over Rey Mysterio.
I mean, that's not too much of a backlash.
I love Ray, don't get me wrong. He's done a lot for the business. He's, a great talent still to this day. He's 51, I think.
Yep.
But I have to respectfully say that as much as I love Rey Mysterio, I'm over
him. Yeah. And they're gonna do his old school intro too. Him popping out the sky. Yeah, that's the only part I was upset about.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just over Ray at this point. Like he's done a lot, yeah. But it's like there's nothing else for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no more titles for him to win.
Yeah.
There's no more. I don't even think there's really any more people that he has to put over because the more that I look at it, Penta's already over as the next luchador if he wants to be. Yep. Dominic Mysterio's already up there. He's already over. Ray Phoenix is gonna build his own name. Dragon Lee, he should have been over, but Ray keeps the spotlight. Santos Escobar should have been over, but Ray still keeps the spotlight.
He's a manager now, so I've not seen him wrestle one match in a while.
But just saying, Ray, there's not much more for him to do.
Yeah.
So
it should have been over after that second Dominic match.
Yeah. He should have put Dom over too, but that's another story for another day. Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, let's get back into Gable versus Phoenix. I mean, sorry, El Grande
Americano. Yeah.
This was the bathroom break match for me. I didn't watch this one thoroughly. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I know that he won with the little thing, the thing in his mask spot.
Yeah, like a metal plate or something like that.
Yeah. I know that. I remember that. But that's all I really remember. I know it was a good match just because Gable was great in ring. Ray Phoenix is great in ring. I just know it was probably shorter than it should have been because it was so last minute.
He did like a 540. I think Gable did. It was.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice. Yeah. Also, I believe Ray Phoenix did get hurt in this match.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know if it was a work or not, but noticeably limping throughout the match, and it looked like he couldn't finish the match for some reason. So yeah, I think Ray Phoenix. I don't know how much of a work it is, but it looked like he got injured during this match.
That makes things interesting, but
yeah. Also, Vikingo came in the ring for some reason. I guess because of the AAA partnership, but yeah.
Probably
that man's injured as hell too. So. Ugh.
It is what it is.
Both Rays got hurt.
I'm pretty sure it was a great match.
Yeah.
I mean, not pretty sure. It was a great match. It was a good match. I just can't remember any spots off the top of my head. Other than that, I think the right person won. I feel like he should have won if Ray was healthy either way. Ray Mysterio was healthy either way. Do you have any thoughts on the match? I'm going to give you night one a little more than night two because I watched. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Chad Gable did his thing. A nice 540 off the top rope. That was such a great spot. Throughout the match, Ray Phoenix, I think midway through, he looked like he got injured. I believe it was a lower body injury. Just he looked like he was limping with every move. He looked a little bit slow. Chad Gable had to slow down the process over the match a little bit. Doesn't look good, but yeah, I think there's also a spot with the Vikingo, like I said, because they did the AAA partnership. So maybe we might see Alberto Del Rio or Patron, whatever he's called now,
They
involved somewhere
released him.
somehow.
They released him today.
Oh, I thought that was a joke. I thought that was like a what's it called, a Centel.
Nah, I saw real reports that they released him today.
Oh, it's real. Damn, they said nope, we don't want to mess with you. So out. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, I thought that was a fib, but hey, but
Hey,
nonetheless,
maybe I got
Centel, yeah. I
possibly. He was
I
funny.
saw this. I saw someone say that and then tag Fightful in it. That I looked down and said, "Oh, Centel," etc., etc., etc. So I thought it was a joke, but yeah, but nonetheless, two great high flyers in this match. They did their thing. It's sad to see Ray Phoenix not be 100%, but I just wish Chad Gable got a WrestleMania match. It sucks to not see him on the card, but El Grande Americano did good. So
And that's who the spotlight should have been on anyway.
yeah.
Okay, no, it's I got God.
Okay, what's that tell? Okay.
Yeah. They said he's actually the champion right now. He's still on
I
the
was about
title.
to say, yeah, I saw the picture of the championship. Like, hold on. Yeah, 'cause I saw the reports of saying like, oh, they did Penta or Ray Phoenix dirty, and they tried to get Stephanie Vaquer like killed or something like that, or like severely injured that promotion. So people were kind of skeptical of the AAA partnership.
It'll
Yeah,
be interesting to see what happens though.
they're trying to
Um,
make a monopoly at this point.
which makes sense because Vince was on the same type of timing before.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Vince is still somewhere behind the scenes, still trying to pull strings. You know, as much as he got bought out, you know, Hunter's still his son-in-law.
yeah.
So that's that.
TKO. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, next up, we're gonna get to LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu put on a clinic. Good
Yeah,
lord.
he did. The best spot of the match was the moonsault into the BFT. Uh, I'm gonna be honest here. I know what's next for Jacob Fatu. Obviously, he has a championship. This is gonna be a mid card run that will elevate him to the main event. But as for LA Knight, the Miz was very right,
Mm.
and I'm very much over his character. It's very stale babyface now. It's time to either turn heel or it's really time to just I don't know, switch it up a little bit. I don't know what needs to happen, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
LA Nice as this babyface run is very stale at this point now, and I'm ready for somebody to. I'm ready for him to move on to something else. Do you have any thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, well deserved for Fatu. I mean, we both picked him just because he's been his rookie year, absolute tear, great matches with Strowman and other people. He deserved this moment, and ring performance wise, like you said, Moonsault BFT. He just did. There's so many spots that he did well, and just another phenomenal match,
Yeah,
and right result as well. So
you know Jacob Fatu. Everybody knows he has a trouble past. He's done some things. He's been through a lot, but the fact that he's here putting on a clinic, he's acting. He's great in his character. He's been doing very well since he's been signed. Very happy for him, and I'm glad. I can't wait to see where his story goes next, man. That's all I can say
yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
Well, yeah, every single time he gets in the ring, he puts on a clinic, puts on a show.
Mhm.
So shout out him. Next up was Tiffany versus Charlotte.
Yep.
This is when I was able to tune in live. This was a great match. If I can't remember any spots off the top of my head, I only saw it once. and I was also post game and everything. I do remember the end of the match where Tiffy was messed up. Well, it looked like she was like real messed up. She was fine. It was just I think it was just a makeup error or whatever.
Yeah, it was brutal for Tiffany.
I would say that I'm granted I didn't watch every single match as I normally do. This was match of the night until the main event came on for real. So I think this was in a good spot here. The right person went over. I think. I don't know what's next. What's next for Charlotte? As for Tiffy, she's gonna make it to at least SummerSlam. I know as champ. I'm excited to see where her story goes. I don't know who else is gonna get up and challenge her. I don't know where the girls are gonna end up after the draft, but like I said, I'm excited for Tiffy. Right person went over. What do you think?
I agree. The right person went over. The ending was a little bit, sloppy or a little bit rushed.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it didn't look the cleanest. But at the end of the day, also people were claiming Charlotte sandbagged Tiffany Stratton near the end, which I mean, it looked like it, but I'm pretty sure it was just fatigue because they were just going on fumes at that point. Because
This was a pretty long match.
yeah, there was a long match. It was hellacious. Yeah, Tiffany bruise on her forehead. It looked like she tipped her tooth, but it was fine. Yeah, just a very, very hellacious match. But yeah, definitely one of the matches of the night before the main event. But glad to see Tiffany get her shine. Maybe Charlotte does something with Jade. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure Jade's gonna be busy with Naomi, so they teased that. So we'll see what happens.
Definitely gonna see what happens. Charlotte and Jade, they had that little face to face last year. Still waiting on them to act on that. I know Jade
Yeah,
got hurt, Charlotte got hurt, so
I think they did like 2 weeks ago too on SmackDown.
I didn't watch Smack. I haven't watched SmackDown in a while. I'll be
Oh
honest.
yeah, because it was during one of the matches where Charlotte faces off with I think like BFAB and BFAB gets jumped. Jade walks past her after saving someone, and then they caught a glance, and then yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So they did act upon it again.
Yeah, I haven't been a SmackDown watcher in a while. I got to get back tuned in, but yeah, like I said, match of the night until the big guys came out.
Cinema.
This match was great storyline wise. Not so much in the ring. I'll be honest. Match of the night. If we're talking about in ring work, I would have probably went with Charlotte and Vivi. But storyline wise, this is obviously the best match of the night. Maybe even the best match on the card. Entire. I'm talking about day one and day two. But
Mm.
Seth entered first. Roman entered second by himself, and then Punk came in with his special entrance. In Living Color was there.
Yep.
Performed the song live. As we get through the match, obviously, like I said, this match was really here for the storytelling. Can't remember any good spots off the top of my head. I do remember Paul gave the chair to Punk,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately, low blow. Roman thought he was on his side. Roman took out Punk. Roman went to go get Seth. Paul turned on
Get
Roman
him.
with a very weird low blow.
He's like,
Yeah, very. Yeah, I
yep.
wasn't. Yeah, no, that was terrible.
So let me rub it in. Crazy.
And then Seth ends up winning the match. I think he pinned Roman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
As far as story, like I said, storyline wise, amazing, perfect ending. It's exciting to see where each of them go from here. I'm scared that this is going to be a long ass build up to Survivor Series with this, but we'll see what happens.
They said, they said Roman's PTO about to kick in for the next 4 months.
Yeah, Roman, we already know Roman's not going to be here for a while. Well, actually, we can't say that. We don't know where Roman's going to be.
Yeah, after Monday night, who knows?
But we'll see what happens. Do you have any thoughts on the match itself? Any thoughts on the storyline?
Pretty much same thing as you said. Great cinema. Just goes to show, do not trust Paul Heyman at all. We've seen him cross CM Punk before. I think it was during Money in the Bank, but Yeah, he's not. He's not. He's not loyal to anyone but himself, and that's just another case this past weekend and um yeah Monday. So yeah, great storytelling. It's nice to see what a duo of or a trio after Monday Night Raw, but what Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman as a team can do. Just I'm excited to see the vision, see what goes down the next couple months leading up to Survivor Series.
I'm seeing a lot of people say that Seth is in the spot that Roman was in 2020.
Yeah, because that's what Paul Heyman said. So
Yeah, so that makes sense, and if that makes sense, then Seth is about to get a major push.
mm-hmm.
But I'm more intrigued with the Braun Breaker addition because Paul has said on in interviews, Braun Breaker is his favorite backstage guy right now, and he wanted to make him a Paul Heyman guy. So
Mm-hmm.
we're there now. I'm excited to see where that goes. More than I'm excited to see what happens with
Yeah,
Seth.
someone said there might be another edition. It's probably going to be another evolution. That's what they're saying. So
It makes sense, and if so, everybody's saying Seth is Triple H.
yep.
Everybody's saying Braun is Batista. Who is your Randy Orton, and who is your Ric Flair?
Well, they'll probably have Paul as Ric Flair, right? Well, I mean technically,
Uh, I don't know about that.
yeah, but yeah, there's options for Randy. People saying Theory or Mello, but who knows if they'll break off from the Miz
I want to.
or
I don't
Rachel.
want to hear options. I want to hear your picks.
Oof. I like Mello personally, just because I feel like he's been grinding, he's been doing his thing on SmackDown. He's one of my favorites to win Money in the Bank. It would be nice for him to get some shine in in the higher ups, but he's on SmackDown. Is Theory on SmackDown too, or he's on
Yes.
Raw? Uh,
Well, actually, I don't remember, but the draft is coming up very soon.
yeah, I want to see Mello. I think if you want to pick any of those young guys, it has to be Mello. He has the personality, he has the in ring ability. Yep, nice up and comer like Randy did when Evolution started. It has to be Mello. He deserves it.
Well, they just teamed Mello up with Miz,
Yeah.
so I don't know if that's going to be the say. I've seen the theory reports. I've seen the Mello reports.
I don't like Miz and Mello's nickname or group name or the catchphrases at all. Yeah, so
Well,
just
let me be
cut.
honest. The answer is Dominic Mysterio.
Mm,
Get him out of the Judgment Day stuff. And I think Dominic Mysterio. The other option I say would be Finn Balor.
yeah, but he old.
Yeah, Finn is way older, but that's why I say Mysterio. But
Yeah.
I could see Mello. I could see Theory. Obviously, I can really see Theory more than anybody
They
else.
were trying to break up that tag team for a minute.
It'll be interesting to see who. It's really. I think it's going to be Paul Heyman's pick.
Yeah.
So that it'll be interesting to see what he does. But I say Dominic Mysterio. He's red hot. Just got the IC title. I don't see why not. Other than that, I think the tribal chief character is now dead because Roman said when you no longer see the wise man, you no longer see the tribal chief.
Yep. I think the whole bloodline thing's dead.
I think the bloodline story is over now.
Yeah, new era.
But I appreciate the story. It carried us for the last 5 years. Time to move on though. And as for CM Punk, there's no telling where he goes from here.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a host of people he can feud with. There's a host of people Roman can feud with. It's Raw after Mania. It really opened everything up. So we're ready to see what's next.
Night 2.
Yeah, let's get straight to night 2. First match of the night. I watched this. This is the one I did watch straight through. First match of the night. Rhea, Bianca, and Io. I forgot who you picked. Did you pick Bianca or did you pick Io?
I picked Io.
Okay, so we both picked Io. We both had Io winning. It was a great match. Amazing spots. Again, this is not. I can't off the top of my head remember a crazy spot, but I do know that Io pinned Bianca, which ended Bianca's streak. I know a lot of people are upset about that,
For
but let me just say she's not the Undertaker. Okay. she's not. I forgot who else went on a WrestleMania streak, but still, like she's not the Undertaker, and it's fine for her to take a loss at this point. She's also, I think, a 3 or 4 time world champ to this point already.
Yep.
Like Bianca's Bianca. Bianca is very much established within the WWE. Rhea is very much established as well. Io needed this win more than anything, and Io took the back seat in the whole storyline, and then ended up winning the whole thing. And that's what, like I said, it's just sometimes you just know it's somebody's time, and it's Io's time right now.
Yep.
Do you have any thoughts on the match?
One of my favorite spots of the match, I believe, Io did one of her, great aerial spots onto Rhea Ripley. Did a little kip up with the extra headstand. She emoted her classic emote doing this, and then out of nowhere, Bianca just blasted her with a shoulder charge. That was funny and great timing by all three involved. So, and yeah, I don't think it hurts either Rhea or Bianca because they're already so accomplished and saw a lot of the limelight this past year. Io being the person that no one paid attention to in the storyline, like you said, was great. Seeing it all pay off. Rhea and Bianca were just worried about themselves instead of the actual champion, and they paid the price for it. So, and we also got the rest of the damage control on the way from injury. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but Kyrie, she looked jacked. So I don't know if they do an interview where they go against her because she's champion, but I'm excited to see what happens with the rest of the damage control when they come back.
Yeah, because Oscar's been out for a while. Kyrie's been out for a while.
Yep.
Hoda's been out for a little bit, not too long. But
yeah, they can never say.
I don't know. I think the damage control and the bloodline stories should be hand in hand, and the both. I think it's over.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably plenty of options if they're not together anymore. Io and Asuka's storyline would be nice. Io, Kyrie. I mean, and others. There's plenty of women. Becky just got back, but she's probably going to feud with Lyra. So yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into that a little later as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see where Io goes from here. She had the match on Monday Night Raw with Stephanie
and 5 others.
Yeah, everybody pulled up. Freaking Roxanne pulled up. Was that Cora Jade that pulled up?
No, I think it was Roxanne.
Somebody else pulled up too.
Yeah, Io, Steph, Julia, Roxanne, and Rhea Ripley.
It was Julia that pulled up.
Yep.
And then Rhea ended up pulling up to save Io.
Yeah, it probably will be Rhea because it looked like she said I'm not done with that title, so it probably will be Rhea up next. Which is
Rhea needs to be away from the title for a little bit, if I'm being honest, though. But it is what it is. Io pulling off back-to-back nights looked great, looked healthy, and like I said, I'm excited for her storyline more than I'm excited for the others. I think Bianca does go back to that Naomi Jade thing, finish that off. As for Rhea, I actually don't see why you don't just keep her off of TV until the draft. And night of the draft, I think we should get back to SmackDown versus Raw to see who gets the pick. Do some stuff like that. But yeah, that was that. The second match of this night, I don't.
Was it the street fight?
It was the Sin City street fight. Yep, it was the Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. This match was match of the night for me.
Nasty work. It was so many spots. Good Lord.
It was another match. Like, don't get me wrong. Bianca, Io, and Rhea put on a show, okay?
Yeah.
But this match right here, like, Drew really is just a great in-ring talent and continues to put on banger after banger.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember the card off the top of my head. I don't think there was another match to me, though.
Yeah. Honestly, like, choreography and stuff like that, I agree with you.
Oh, the Fatal 4-Way I thought was a great match as well.
Yeah.
But I think this was match of the night to me, honestly. The right person went over. Damian hasn't really done anything over recent months. Drew's been hot for a year plus now. The finish was great. Drew went through a table, started bleeding. Damian ended up going through two tables. I'm trying to remember the match off the top of my head. I was a real big fan of this match, though.
Yeah, Claymore through the chairs. Oof.
Yeah,
Lord.
insane spots, man.
Yeah.
I think they said Bobby Roode produced that match. Great job.
Yep. Glorious, someone would say.
Yeah. Um, any thoughts about the match? Any thoughts about
Yeah,
character wise?
great spots. I believe the right person did win. Drew. Honestly, I was genuinely concerned for Damian Priest after the match because he said I couldn't breathe. I don't know if that was a work or not, but I mean, after everything he went through, they were going through a chair, Claymore through the chair, and the table spots off. That looked like hell going through everything through that match. So definitely banger match.
I think
I don't know where they go from here though, but it was
that storyline is over. I think honestly,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Drew moves on. I think Drew moves on to that World Heavyweight Championship scene.
It started at Mania, it ended at Mania,
Yeah,
technically.
but as far as Damian saying he can't breathe, that double table spot was brutal because he went off the top rope. It's not like he fell off the ring apron; like he went off the top rope. Damian pushed him
Yeah.
off. So I see if that knocked the wind out of him, and he was struggling for a little bit, but he got through the match. You know, the professionals that they are, they got through the match.
Yeah.
Everything was great. The Claymore, brutal Claymore, great spot though. As for Drew, like I said, I think he goes to the world title scene. Damian, I don't know what you do with him, but you kind of got to push him down to that mid card, and I think he feuds with Dom at this point or something.
Is that on SmackDown?
No,
Draft?
SmackDown.
Priest on SmackDown, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he got
Drew.
he got traded to SmackDown.
Well, Priest can go with Priest can go fight Jacob Fatu. There's no need
Yeah.
for Jacob and Solo to start their story so early. And Drew's on SmackDown as well, so Drew can go. I think Drew and LA Knight actually is the way to go.
Yeah.
They should have been feuding before. But yeah, like I said, that was great.
Yep.
The match after this, let me see here. Look at the card. If I'm not mistaken,
Was it AJ and Logan?
I think it was AJ and Logan. Let's get to the women's tag match first, though.
Yeah, I can't because yeah. Sorry, but
I'm trying to remember. I think it was AJ and Logan in this spot, though.
yeah.
Let's go AJ and Logan because I think
Okay.
that. As far as the match went, in ring, it was good. The story, like the build for this match, was very lackluster. It was just built off of, you know what, I hate you too, blah blah blah.
Oh, here's Karrion Kross.
Yeah, Karrion Kross was the build just to let AJ know, hey, you can't let this guy win because if you do, then the industry loses, and people are gonna feel like they could just walk all in and do what we do. Karrion should have been inserted into the match and make it a triple threat if that's the case.
It's not like it was his hometown or anything.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
But he carried the feud for real. And past that, like I said, in ring it was a solid match. The thing that bothered me about this is that during the build, Logan went over every single time, basically. And then you have him win at Mania. And I get it. The finisher was really why he went over. Because I knew pulverize their finisher. I ain't gonna lie, it's fire.
It is, yeah.
But I feel bad for AJ during the build. And like AJ is still AJ. His character can take the loss. It didn't sit right with me about the booking leading up to it. Other than that, Logan did need a win because he hasn't been doing anything recently, and hopefully we get to see a little more Logan now, a little more full time Logan. But any thoughts? You have any?
Yeah, I definitely think Karrion Kross should have been involved in this, just because, I mean, he did a good job with trying to keep himself somewhat relevant in the storyline as well. Trying to get AJ to be the AJ that faked his retirement, etc., etc. And I don't know if you saw post Mania his interview with Fanatics. He just absolutely went off on Triple H, etc.,
I
etc.
I meant to watch it. I liked it, and I
Oh,
bookmarked it on Twitter or X, and I just haven't gotten back to it.
yeah, he did. He did such a great job with that promo. His wife thought he was like serious most of the time. Like he had a genuine look of concern on her face. So yeah, it was. And plus, he said he didn't say anything wrong. They saw how he got eliminated in the battle royale, the giant battle royale on Friday in his hometown. They didn't like it. He didn't do anything about it in booking. Randy Orton needed a mystery opponent. It could have been him, etc. He wasn't booked at all in his hometown, which is crazy. So yeah, but with the match, I'm getting tired of seeing Logan Paul's buddies just come around and just help with the match or trying to help him win the match. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But apparently, they offer Stone Cold Steve Austin to be in that Prime bottle that the past two WrestleMania someone's been in, and he declined it. So
I saw that report as well.
yeah, 10 mil. Ooh.
I saw a 1 mil, but
Oh yeah, 1 mil, 10 mil. What size is the bottle? I
listen,
mean,
if it's 1 mil
Steve
for
Austin
sure,
don't need it. Yeah, but
for sure. Whenever you need me in that battle, I got you for the next.
actually, he might have needed it just to because with that ATV incident. So, ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I did.
yeah,
I didn't see it live. I saw it beforehand. I mean, after the fact. Because I was wondering why he didn't just take the four wheeler back up the ramp and why he walked. But yeah, I get it.
yeah, he crashed. He like not crashed, but he got stuck below the ramp before he even got onto the ramp. So he must have been drinking before he got on there. Because ooh,
Yeah, he was fucked up. And it's Stone Cold. He shows up, he cracks beers, he drinks beers, he gets messy and leaves. That's
that
all Stone Cold was needed for.
that lady getting paid though, because Nick Khan came over just to talk to her. Oof, she's getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, if I was her, I would have sold that a little harder, made it look a little worse than it was.
It looked like it did, to be honest. I was looking at it like, I mean, hit the barricade. Her hands weren't on the barricade. Mm, but hey,
She sold
nonetheless,
what she could. It is what it is.
yeah. AJ doesn't have that much time left. We know that because he said at a certain age he's gone. So it would be nice to see him get a WrestleMania win because who knows if this is his last WrestleMania or not. But
I think
yeah,
next Mania is going to be his last one.
yeah. So yeah, it would like to see him get a Mania win before he retires. But we'll see how the story goes. Maybe because he told Karrion Kross to go do the job himself. So maybe we see Karrion and Logan. So we'll find out.
Maybe. But we'll see what happens. AJ, he got one more title run. It's okay if it's mid card, but I don't think he'll get a main run. But I know he'll be fighting Cena on Cena's last run. So we'll see what happens there. As for Logan, like you said, Karrion versus Logan, I think is the next logical place to go. But other than that, I don't know what Logan needs to do now. Gain momentum for a main event push at this point. Actually, time to move on. Um, Next match, we're gonna get into the women's tag match, which was Liv and Raquel versus Lyra and a mystery partner. That mystery partner just so happened to be Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Um,
As soon as I saw it be the second to last match for the night, I was like, yeah, it's Becky.
I didn't think it would be Becky. I don't know who I thought it would be.
Because as soon as I saw it, like, there's no way you replace Bailey last minute and have this be the second to last match of the night and not have it be Becky Lynch. Because anyone else, it wouldn't have made sense or would not be as big. It had to be Becky, in my opinion.
Uh, well, the only other person I think that it could have been as big would have been AJ.
Yeah, I gave up on that dream last Royal Rumble. If I'm being honest with you.
I'm not gonna say I gave up on a dream, but I don't think I never really thought she was coming back.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but yeah, after last Royal Rumble, I stopped hoping a little
Well,
bit.
I mean, a Becky return though, she's been promoted in like Raw promos recently. You see her, face on posters and stuff again. So I kind of knew she would be back soon. I didn't know when. I thought it would be after Mania, but for her to come back at Mania, nobody's gonna complain.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bailey though.
Um, I would say I feel bad for Bailey, but at the same time, what else does Bailey need?
True. But I think did you see her interview about it a couple days ago?
No.
Yeah, because she did a interview with I think one of the well known like WWE interview people. This was days before WrestleMania, and she looked like she knew what was gonna happen. Like she knew like she wasn't going to WrestleMania, and her spot was going to get taken the day before. And she basically just said, "I'm probably going to be at this level because I don't get the same looks or the same treatment as Becky and Charlotte, etc. etc."
Well, uh, it's hard to say that though, because Bailey, like, she was just champion last year.
True. I think she also said that it. I've always been a team player. Don't say no to any storylines. I was uh ding dong person. I was champion, good guy, bad guy. She also said she wants to do a lot of different angles as well, like storylines. So I mean,
Yeah, I saw that, but it's just like I said, it's just Bailey's had a lot of time at the top and everything. It's just that now her character isn't interesting, and it's no fault of her own. It's really booking,
yeah.
but she's been up there for a while, and she'll continue to still be Bailey. Like it's not like we're just casting her away like Carmella or like Lana.
Well,
Like no, she's still gonna be Bailey.
she'll be back. So
Yeah, she'll be back.
Lana will be back too.
Apparently, because she's on a Legends deal. But like I said, like
Yep.
there's people that you would see in the main event one time, have one little run with the championship, and then fade into obscurity. And it's just like, yeah, Bailey's not going to
Yeah.
be. Bailey's still going to be Bailey.
Yeah.
She's still one of the four horsewomen.
It just sucks to see her get pulled away like last minute the night before her match.
Very fair.
Yeah. It could have even been Bailey versus Bailey and Becky. I mean, putting two belts on Lyra that fast. But obviously, we know what happened on Monday Night Raw, so that wasn't too much of a
Lyra.
worry. But
Yeah, she lost the belts just as fast.
yeah.
So storyline wise, I get it, but you're also not going to have Becky return at Mania and then have her lose.
Yeah.
This is also just another little way to a cheap way to just pad Liv stats, which I noticed that Hunter's doing now. He's definitely padding her stats. Raquel,
Are they really 7-time tag team champions?
I think Liv is a 7-time tag team champion.
Oh, I thought it was like her and Raquel are 7 times. Like,
her
damn.
and Raquel, I think are 4-time.
Damn. Because her and Rhea won one.
Her and Rhea got one. I think she got one with. She definitely got 3 with Raquel at least.
Did you get one with Ruby?
I'm trying to remember. Riot Squad. I'm pretty sure she has one with them.
Let's see. She might have got one with.
She had another duo. I forgot who her other partner was. I can't remember.
Rhea?
You already said Rhea.
Oh yeah, Rhea, Ruby, Raquel. I feel like it's like someone random, like Nikki ASH or something. I remember that was Rhea.
I can't remember.
Look it up.
But yeah, Liv is at least 6-7 times tag champion herself. I appreciate you for looking it up because I looked at my phone and I was like, no, I'm not looking it up. But short match again. A lot of these return matches for these people, they're not going to be long matches. And it is what it is with that. Oh, match we skipped. Randy Orton, who did not have an opponent, handpicked Joe Hendry, which was a report. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tired, guys. I'm getting a little restless. It's been 50 minutes of talking about this, and we were also talking a little bit beforehand. But,
yeah.
Well, our timer says 50. I don't know what the editing time's gonna say, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little restless. But Randy Orton, he had a match with Joe Hendry, and this is another match where you don't expect it to be that long of a match because Randy Orton's opponent was taken out of Mania a week or 2 weeks ago. So he didn't have that much time to sit there and prepare with Joe. Same way, I don't think Liv and Raquel had that much time to prepare with Becky. So the match time was a little shorter, and it's not because the women deserve less time. It's not because they don't want to showcase these people. It's just the fact that as much as you know some of these wrestling matches are called on the fly, the choreography really has to like be on point with a lot of these people when it comes to their spots. So I kind of understand. Like as I understand that a little bit more, I understand like why some matches are shorter and whatnot. The people need time to work on their stuff and
Oh,
get the PC together, train a little bit. But it is what it is. The winners of each match, obviously, Randy Orton hit Joe Hendry with an RKO. That was about a 5 minute match, 6 minute match. The tag match wasn't that much long of a match, but it did what it needed to do storyline wise. It got Becky back. It got Becky a pop at Mania. It got Lyra a pop at Mania. It showed Becky, as a face to make her heel turn the next day even bigger. Um, by now, Phil has the answer of who Liv's other partner was.
it was all four with Raquel.
She
Yep.
won with Rhea.
Not that I'm seeing over here, unless they're terribly wrong.
Liv is a 4 time tag champ. I mean, not just a 4 time tag champ. There's way more.
That's what I'm thinking, but unless Wikipedia is bullshit, probably is.
Yeah, it is. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to stall for Phil. Yeah, any thoughts on the Joe Hendry match or the
Yeah,
tag match?
people were saying it was a damn squash match. No, it wasn't.
It was.
He got Joe Hendry got his moves in. Obviously, it wasn't going to be a long match because I think he found out a week before Mania, so not enough time to. Well, people have done stuff in shorter times, but obviously it was just there to fill a spot because of Kevin Owens. But it was great to see the TNA WWE partnership on WrestleMania. So, and Randy Orton even did the Joe Hendry back turn thing as a fun spot as well. So I'm just happy we got to see a TNA person on WrestleMania. Personally,
Yeah, it's great to see the exposure, especially for Joe Hendry, who's had a hell of a year. Um, I heard that a lot of other names were pitched. Jeff Hardy was pitched for sure. Um, I don't know what other names were pitched. I just remember seeing the Jeff Hardy report.
yep. I think Jeff Hardy. I mean, Karen Cross had been pitched, but man,
It's just hard. Like I said, it's just hard to pitch certain names when it's like 2 weeks before Mania, and you need that name that's gonna pop out to be a big name and a big pop. And Joe Hendry was probably. I think Hardy would have been a bigger pop, way bigger pop.
absolutely.
But Joe Hendry was a great pop, and it was a great moment for somebody like him to get to be on that stage because TNA is not pulling in an audience of 65,000 or none of these other companies are really pulling in that audience. But we're not going to talk about them.
Oh,
We're just going to give Joe Hendry his flowers, and he also pulled up on NXT last night.
yep.
I didn't see what happened. I just know he was there because I saw it all over Twitter.
Yeah, he interrupted Trick Williams.
Yeah. So other than that, that was everything leading up to. Sorry, one more match. We had a fatal 4-way. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, and Penta for the IC title.
I love the way it ended. Perfect
Love
ending.
the way it ended as well. I would just say the only thing that bothered me about the match was one thing that bothers me about Dominic Mysterio, period, is that he does the 619. I think that's Ray's finisher. Leave it there. Give Dominic something else. Another thing I didn't like about the match was a lot of the offense. You know, I get Penta. You try to push Penta, whatever. I don't think he should have been in this match. I think good. You could have got away with a triple threat match with just Dom, Finn, and Braun, because Penta took a lot of offense and he was getting his ass whooped. And the false finish was good though. I'll say that. But yeah, Penta, we knew he wasn't winning the championship first time at Mania. We knew it was going to be one of the two from Judgment Day. Um, I like the spot where Dom went to go hit Finn. Finn caught him, and Finn started beating his ass. Um, Finn looked like he'd been waiting to do that for a while. And then after the match, Dom obviously pinned. I believe he pinned Finn. No.
Yeah, Finn had Braun Breaker pinned, Dominic Mysterio frog splash onto Finn, pin Finn.
Yeah, and then Finn, still trying to be in the Judgment Day and everything on Monday. It was very telling, but Finn is about to turn on everybody pretty soon. Also, welcome back, JD. Glad to have you back. But other than that, like it was really a great match. It was very fun paced. Um, will I say the right winner went over? No, because I'm very much a Finn fan, and I wanted Finn to go over. But
Someone said he's Dolph Ziggler right now.
yeah, he is.
Damn shame.
It sucks. I don't like it for Finn. I want a real world championship run with him before he hangs it up. But we'll see what we get. I'm not in charge of booking. You have any thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I liked Dominic winning, and I liked the post match as well when he ran back to the stage to celebrate, just because he has been one of the top guys in the company as a heel, but seeing the crowd cheer him on as he won the title, great payoff. I'm excited to see what he does in the future.
Yeah, great payoff, almost perfect. Finally gets a win at Mania too. This is his first win at Mania. After losing, he had it twice. Once 1v1, second one in tag match. I'm excited to see where his story goes, but he's a heel, so I need people to realize. And the same thing with Logan Paul. They're not going to win these matches by themselves. All right, they're heels for a reason.
Yeah.
So they're going to need that outside help, and they're going to get that outside help. And it'll get annoying, but that's the point of a heel. Finally, and I'm going to brush past everything else. We're going to get to this final match of Cena versus Cody Rhodes, where I don't remember who we had winning.
I think both had Cena.
Did we?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this one thing. When they counted to 3, I was genuinely surprised. I genuinely thought Cody was actually good. Like, once the match started, I actually thought Cody was going to win the match. Even if I said Cena's winning prior to whatever, once they did their entrances and the bell rung, I was like, Cody's winning. Right? And I made my peace with it because, I'm not the biggest Cody fan. I'm fine with him. I was fine with him being champ because, we did need to change the pace after Roman or whatever, but I was not really a fan of Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he said back to catering after that match.
Did I say that?
Your Twitter, yeah.
I did say that. Okay.
Yeah. What's next for Cody Rhodes? Catering.
I thought I posted it, but I'm like, I'm not sure if I did post it or not. But listen, I'm gonna say this. As nice as I can say this, that match was ass.
Fuck The Rock? No, okay, that too.
That match was ass. That match was terrible. Cena's pulling out double axe handles. I ain't never seen him do none of that before. But in terms of in-ring work, the match was really ass. And yeah, Cena's right. He has lost a step. But it was what it was. Storyline wise, it did its job. Travis Scott, ass. That I didn't like none. I didn't like any of it for real. But we did get to see 17, and I screamed. I won't lie, I screamed.
Oh.
But now we have Cena on this heel run as champion, and we got Randy lurking in the back. Already gave him an RKO. We're gonna see that at Backlash for sure. But
I mean, we might see a quick match.
as far as Cody, for me, like I said, back to catering. Um, don't get me wrong, he's still a top guy. He's still gonna move top merch and everything. I think he takes time off though for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Cody for a good 2 months. Because if I'm being honest, I'm not gonna sit here and say Cody was overworked as champ, but he was dog. He was tired. You could tell. You can tell he was tired. Um, so Cody getting some time off, spend time with his daughters, spend time with his dog. Just a month off. Like we don't need Cody for every single show to push tickets or whatever. Like I actually think he just needs some time off a little bit, reset, and come back. He'll come back very strong. I don't think he comes back for Cena, but definitely have him off of TV until the draft. I don't think he comes to SmackDown this week. And yeah, we'll see where he goes from here. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the match? What are your thoughts on Cody? Where do they go from here?
Well, yes, John Cena definitely looked like he lost a step, but I liked the ending just because storytelling wise, he said on Friday Night SmackDown, John Cena through Cody Rhodes, "Are you going to be the good guy, or are you going to do whatever it takes to win?" And that bit Cody Rhodes right in the ass, just because the squeaky goody two shoes, Cody Rhodes couldn't hit John Cena with the belt with no one looking, but he did all he could to beat Kevin Owens months prior. So, I mean, John Cena was right. Cody Rhodes cared too much about what people thought of him, the fans, etc., instead of actually doing what needed to be done to secure a championship. So, I like that little twist about in storytelling during that part of the match. But yeah, looking back at Elimination Chamber to now, The Rock really fucked everything up. Because I heard The Rock's interview today with Pat McAfee. Lord, Triple H and booking, they were confused about this whole thing. I feel like The Rock was like letting them astray about certain things. Like apparently Rock was only there because ticket sales for Elimination Chamber was down. That whole took your soul thing was basically bullshit. But yeah. And plus with the new storyline we're going to see in Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins and them, we don't need The Rock ever again. Let him stay in Hollywood.
I'll be honest, I disagree with that Rock thing. Fuck the Rock thing. It's just as much as everybody's saying it's bullshit or whatever. It's what we needed
for that thing.
He delivered on what was needed, and like if you were gonna, he wanted to. I think they wanted to turn Cody heel that day, and The Rock turned it. Rock said, "No, you don't need to turn him heel just yet."
Yeah, I feel like looking back at it, maybe the John Cena heel turn could have been a WrestleMania, but yeah, I still like that. I still like what happened between Elimination Chamber for John Cena and WrestleMania. I mean, he had some good speeches, so.
I mean, it could have been at Mania, but once Cena turned heel, like it gave creative a whole and it gave him a whole new chapter to embark on. And like I said, Cody said no. Cody's that baby face. Cody gave the fans what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
And Cody stayed the guy on top. Cena turned heel, and it was a great moment for Elimination Chamber. He genuinely he wasn't needed for Mania. Cena's already a heel. Cena's already Cena. So whatever happens is already believable. So I'll be honest, I'm fine with The Rock not being there at Mania. I didn't think he was going to come out. I didn't think Travis was going to come out. It wasn't necessary. Once the ref was taken out, we didn't need none of that.
Yeah, I had a feeling one of them would.
I knew Travis was going to come out because of what Cody said. He's going to get a receipt or whatever. But there was no need for either of them to come out. Once the ref was taken out, Cena going straight heel and low blow, chair shot, belt shot, whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
It would have worked. And
I'm guessing because we were just so spoiled out from last year's main event, all those bloodline rules, everyone jumping in, cameos, etc. I'm guessing people were expecting a lot of that this WrestleMania, that's a high step.
When it comes to WWE, like all of that stuff isn't needed all the time.
Yeah,
Like it's fine to just be able to watch a good heel face dynamic where just two of them, ref gets taken out, something happens. It's fine to watch stuff like that. We don't need a whole bunch of run-ins. Because if I'm being honest, the running stuff is stupid because like even if the ref is not like, you know, entirely coherent to what's going on, like you really want me to sit here and think the ref is knocked out, right? And that he doesn't hear Solo Sikoa's music, and then Cena's music, and then the Rock music, and then the Undertaker's gong. You really want me to believe that the ref
You see the lights don't go out.
like you think the ref is knocked out that he didn't hear any of that? Like, granted, it was bloodline rules, anything goes, but like realistically, like I think everything worked out perfectly fine. And like I said, we got 17. Cena is going to fight AJ. He's going to fight Randy. He's going to fight Punk. He's going to fight. He's going to fight a bunch of people, and we're going to enjoy the rest of this run. We didn't need The Rock to come back, and I'm not going to sit here and say that we don't ever need The Rock again because listen, if he comes back next year to fight Roman, I'm not going to sit here and complain that he's back. If he comes back and puts on a great story, why am I going to sit here and complain? I get it if they just brought him in to move ticket sales in Perth at Elimination Chamber, and sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to call in the big guns to move some tickets. It is what it is. But I can't sit here and say that Rock was not needed at all, and that Rock didn't add to the story because he did.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like sometimes he like teased he was going to show up and never did. Like you remember when we saw I think he was in London or something. He showed a picture, and then we didn't see him at all. I felt
And
like
that's fine.
I feel like he teased some appearances just not to show up. Which, yeah. But after Cena turned heel, I feel like Rock was not needed after because Cena did a good job on his own, and he has way more story to tell with this title reign. So
Exactly. The story is seen as a heel now, and where is he going to take it? He's going to ruin wrestling. What's he going to do?
Yeah, and
if that's the case, you already started to ruin it because that match was ass.
yeah, it wasn't the best choreographed match. But yeah, I think Bobby Roode made that one too.
Yeah, I think so, but I think he did that one more for the story. Like in ring,
Yeah.
let's be real, the in ring spots are between the two guys. And if it's a crazy idea, a scary idea, they'll have to bring it to like Hunter or whatever. They'll have to bring it to head of creative. They'll have to bring it to a producer.
Yeah.
But
And once again, Cena yelling the spots.
and I think that's another thing that he does. Like it's gonna ruin wrestling. It happens though.
Yeah.
We've seen him do it before. We also understand wrestling is not really two people doing all of this stuff on the fly. I mean, well, they're doing it on the fly, but they're not like these are predetermined. It's a predetermined spot,
Yeah.
and it's we know how the business works at this point. We understand the legitimacy and the fake.
And if you don't, even more, they're coming out with a WWE writer show. So that's it. I feel. Do you feel like that was a good thing that they did?
I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, because all the decisions, you're gonna see who they screwed over, who decided to push, and why.
And that's why I don't think that's a good thing because I don't want to see them. I don't want to see anybody get screwed over and see why. Like stuff like that is not what I want to see. Like I understand if you wanted to say, okay, Jimmy got arrested for sorry Jimmy, this is a crazy strike, but Jimmy got arrested for a DWI.
See, look, just like your mugshots.
So Jimmy got arrested for a DWI. We're not going to give him this championship win because of that. Like I get stuff like that, but I don't want to see something happen, day of just because. You know what? Let's do this just. No, I don't want to see anything like that.
Like, here's why the WrestleMania 41 matches were the WrestleMania 41 matches. Why certain people couldn't get on why Karrion Kross couldn't get on the card. But yeah.
I don't want to see anything like that. But
they're trying to appeal to the next listener. I think at that point, that's why they made that to have drama within the writers for extra drama for WWE. So
we'll see what happens, man. I think it comes out next month, or does it come out in June?
Yeah, I think definitely next month or June for sure.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Other than that, we're gonna
Yeah.
we spoke about it a little bit. Raw on Mania, Raw after Mania. Like I said, Cena came out, start the show, promo. Last champ is here. Boom. Randy Orton slides into the ring. RKO. We're getting that at WrestleMania Backlash for sure.
Yeah.
What else happened? We got a Rusev
Beck.
return.
Oh yeah. Becky and Lyra as well. Becky turned on Lyra.
Yeah, we got
I
a
actually
tag.
have it right here.
Lyra was the one that ate the pin. Becky turned on her immediately. 2-man handles, or was it 3-man handles? I think she came back and get a third after the crowd said it one more time.
Yep.
Um,
The women's chaos. Yeah, because I live streamed it and I did the results on the timer, which was nice little catch on. Yeah, the women's five women got involved in the match. Io, Steph, Julia, Roxanne, Ripley, Stephanie. James was celebrated his championship. Logan and AJ. Gunther choked out Pat McAfee. A lot of people were celebrating online that he got choked out.
well, Pat did not have the best weekend, for being honest. No, not the best weekend. The best Monday. Cena and bless you, but Cena and Heyman definitely threw Pat under the bus, saying that he's high every single time he goes out there in commentary. He's high all the time. He's always doing this. He's always doing.
Paul
Yeah,
Heyman trying to get him canceled. Oof.
yeah. They didn't. They. I don't know how ESPN really felt about that. They didn't give him the easiest Monday morning though on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, especially Paul Heyman. Oof.
Yeah, Paul. I don't know if Paul's ever going to be back. Well, he'll be back obviously on ESPN, but it's going to be a while. I don't know how happy ESPN is with that.
Yeah, he said, "Don't boo me. I'm not the one getting sued."
Other
See,
than
Gunther,
that,
yeah.
what else happened?
Dominic versus Penta. JD returned.
Yeah, that happened.
I mean, most importantly, the last segment.
Yeah, we already know Seth and Heyman were aligned. Braun Breaker is aligned now as well. Speared Roman. They took Roman out. They took Punk out, and that is what it is.
Yeah,
Numbers came out for WrestleMania weekend on Netflix, and a lot of people seem to be confused at the fact that, it didn't crack Netflix's top 10 or anything,
I
neither
saw
did
that.
it or whatever. I need you guys to realize it's been said, but now WrestleMania wasn't on Netflix in the United
It
States.
was on Peacock.
Yeah. And Netflix in the United States, that's majority of their viewership when it comes to WWE. So at the fact that, you know, let's say 12 million people watched it on Peacock versus the 25 million that would watch it, all over the world or whatever. It's obviously it's not going to be in their top 10 because we don't see it on Netflix. We saw it on Peacock.
Yes.
Peacock got the numbers, and obviously, WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, Raw on the 14th, which was not Raw after Mania, but the Raw before Mania, it cracked their top 10. And that's just Raw.
Yeah.
Well, I know more people watched WrestleMania. So, that's that. I'm sitting here looking at the ticker on the bottom, making sure I didn't forget anything.
Yeah. It's pretty much Seth on a mission to destroy Roman and Punk. The people he hates the most. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. If they add anyone, who's gonna be, and how does a Roman and CM Punk team looks like? Because they're gonna have to recruit people. So.
But yeah, I don't really see anything else here.
Oh, there's one thing I wanted to ask you about, but we could talk about it after because we're on 1:15.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're an hour in. I would just say if you want to, you can ask it real quick, but we're gonna get up out of here within the next 5 minutes.
Gotcha. How did you see the roast of WrestleMania backlash?
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that I wanted to see.
Apparently, someone leaked the whole show, the whole 2 hours and something. I can send you the clip after. But yeah, people are. Tony Hinchcliffe was obviously the host. People are like going crazy on Nia, saying she was nothing but vindictive. She sounded jealous. She was going after Charlotte, Cody, Roman, etc., etc.
Just send the clip. I'm not gonna lie, man. We gotta have to get up.
No, yeah, I agree. That's why I said, do you want me to wait? Yeah, I got you. Okay. So
Even
yeah,
though we're both off tomorrow, it is late
I
and
agree.
it's been an active day. So,
Oh yeah. I'm perfectly fine with ending it now. Then
other than that, though, like I said, we are here for everything. You know, NBA, NFL for sure. We ease in WWE every now and then just to give the viewers something else to watch.
every month.
Um, make sure you guys are like, make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed. Turn our notifications on so for fun videos or whatever we post. We are
And
sorry
lives.
for this one, but the WrestleMania card was a lengthy card. SummerSlam's going to be the same way.
Yep.
Um, but we're here for predictions. We're here for reactions, and then we're here. We're just here to talk as well. If you guys comment, we respond. We're not Hollywood. Um,
If we blow up, we will be.
I won't be. I'll still be answering. I know it's not a good thing.
Somebody got to do it. No.
Yeah, basically somebody got to. I'm gonna turn into the KD of Baller Central. It is what it is.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
be answering y'all still. Um, Other than that, we are going to get up out of here. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought about WrestleMania. DM us, not our personal pages, but DM the Baller Central page. If you want to talk about anything, DM us any questions that you want us to ask each other on the show. DM us any games, and actually DM us if you want to, hop on and talk wrestling with us one day. We're not opposed to that. Well, I'm not opposed to that. I don't
I'm
know.
not opposed to that either. So
You feel me? We're here for you guys. Make sure you're following us down here. You feel me? TikTok, Instagram, Baller Central 4. Then we got the YouTube, we got Baller Central, and we also have Baller Central Gaming where we have a lot of gaming clips. MLB is out, WWE 2K25 is out, 2K is out, Madden is out. Phil's playing everything. So sorry. I'm playing some stuff as well. I have clips on the channel every now and then. It's been a rough month for me, so I haven't really been able to play as much. And I apologize.
yep.
I haven't been
Uh,
on the pod as much either. I'll be
league,
honest.
league gameplay coming up for MLB. we
For
the
sure.
games that.
There's definitely some league gameplay that's coming up for
Yeah,
MLB.
we gotta get that going. Yeah.
Like I said, I've had a rough month. I've had a very busy and booked month. I'm not complaining about it. It's work. And it's good. I'm making money. I'm doing what I love to do. It's just that it gets busy and I don't have time to get on the game with the boys as much anymore. But I will be here as much as I can be. Phil is here as much as he can be. And yeah, man, that's all I can say, man. We're down to earth. We're real people. Anyways, we're gonna get up out of here. Thank you for tuning in to Baller Central Wrestling, WrestleMania 41 reactions. I've been E. That has been Phil. This has been a long podcast. We are gonna get up out of here. Have a great night. Enjoy. We will see you for WrestleMania Backlash in about 3 weeks.
Our predictions and reactions.
I dropped my phone, my light. Anyways, later.